Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today the topic of conversation is self-care. Self-care to me is one of the most important things that I've put at the forefront of my life. It's something that has definitely kept me sane in times that I've just been not okay. And it's also been a mechanism to uplift me in times where I feel scared or anxious or unsure of myself. So I truly believe that self-care is something that every single person can benefit from. This is not just a specific population of people. This is every single person, no matter age, gender, whatever. Self-care is super important. I took it upon myself to write a blog post earlier in 2020, to get into the nitty-gritty of what I do for my mental health and my self-care routine. And I wanted to touch on those, but also talk about a few that aren't in the actual post, just to have a full, well-rounded take on how I stay sane and my self-care routine. So first and foremost, I believe that drinking a lot of water is super important. Obviously, water is a lifeline for everybody. We all need it. And I know that I am so bad at drinking water on a daily basis. I can definitely be drinking a lot more water, but I don't. So I decided to buy a bigger hydro flask. It's not here yet, but I bought a 32 ounce, so that will definitely help me take in more water and be able to definitely have more energy throughout the day, because I find myself very dehydrated, and I know that will definitely help. Another thing is therapy. So therapy is something that I've talked about a lot in my blog posts over time, and it's something that I think is super crucial in my life, something that has really pulled me out of dark places. Over the past year and a half, I've been going since August 2019, so it's been a little over a year and a half, and I absolutely love it, adore it. I really think that it has been such a blessing in my life to have that. And so in terms of therapy, there's definitely many options that you can take. You can look into actual providers, so actual physical people who are, professional and licensed, and you can look up that online. I went through my insurance provider. You can also do that. And then there's also now a lot of apps that can connect you to different specialists as well in your area. And so those are definitely routes that you should look at if you are on the fence and thinking about doing therapy. I think it's been such a positive impact in my life, and I like to just share that to as many people as possible. Next, I would say that cooking has been a really big self-care for me this year. Prior to 2020, I didn't cook that much, mainly because, to be honest, I feel like I was lazy and I just didn't want to spend upwards of an hour cooking a meal. So 2020 obviously really forced us all to act differently in many different ways, and for me it pushed me into a space where I wanted to take control of my health, and that really starts with your nutrition and what you put into your body. And so I made a blog post about all the fun, really yummy, really healthy foods that I've made in quarantine. But also I will be updating that blog post because a lot of those were different recipes that I've tried from Pinterest. Not necessarily like the healthiest, but definitely things that I've always wanted to try that, definitely have all of the different food components that one needs. But I really do want to make another blog post with all of the super clean and super healthy meals that I did make towards the second half of the year. So stay tuned for that. And then next, I want to talk about physical fitness. So I mentioned, health, and health really to me has two components. Your nutrition is really important, but then just as important is your physical fitness. So how you're taking care of your body, how you're getting active and maintaining your body every single day. Those two work in tandem. So for me, working out has been such a big deal, and I hold it very high in my priority list, and I always have. I was an athlete all throughout my life, and so me not being able to go to the gym as often as I did, because I would be going 3, 4, 5 times a week, and with the being closed, I really was forced to figure out other alternatives and how to keep in shape. So I decided to start running. I do not like running, let me first say that, but I was able to really help myself learn how to become a better runner. I'm not an amazing runner, but I'm a better runner than when I started. And that's the point. Like, the progress is really what all that I care about. And so my routine had been to run about 2 miles a day, along with doing HIIT workouts and ab workouts. So those indoor home workouts are things that I really just turned to my apps on my phone. So Instagram was, and still doing amazing things with the different accounts that I would follow, such as Rumble, Berries, many fitness gurus. I would take on their workouts and do them at home each day, and that really put me in a really good mindset too, because something that I think we all know, if we really love working out, it improves your physical fitness, but your mental strength just is so great. And I felt less foggy, I felt less sluggish, I felt more alert and more attuned to things that I felt like I wasn't as much, because I kind of backslid in terms of my progress with my physical fitness. So that's something that's really important to me. And then also I started doing yoga as well. I don't do it as often as I want to, so that's something that I do want to take into this new year, with really putting that as a priority as well. But I started doing that in 2020, and I just follow certain people on Instagram and also certain apps that are focused on yoga and meditation. So that's been really great. Let me check my other ones. Podcasts. I think podcasts are amazing, and I don't know why I wasn't listening to them prior to this year, or prior to 2020, but I have taken a liking to a lot of them. But let me mention a few that I absolutely love. One is called The Second Life by Hillary Kerr, and then the other one is the Boss Babes podcast with Natalie Ellis and Danielle Canty. I've been so motivated more than ever by listening to these amazing success stories and really learning, how everyone who's really well off and doing really well and successful had a very humble beginning for the most part. And that's something that I like to hold on to, because it helps me visualize I can get anywhere I want by just sticking to my truth, sticking to my work ethic, and sticking to my vision and my dreams. And it's been super great to listen to these really amazing people, mostly women, who are just really powerhouses in the world right now. And so I definitely recommend looking into podcasts. I listen to all of them via Spotify, but I know Apple has its own podcast app as well, so most of these are probably available there as well. And then the last one I want to mention is taking baths. and candles. So those two things in tandem, why I want to mention them in tandem is because those are really good aromatherapy mechanisms. So they're very, very therapeutic, and they really allow the whole body to relax and completely be serene and tranquil. I'm really glad that in my apartment I do have a bath along with the shower, and so I do try to take a bath every week or every 2 weeks. And some of the products that I use are bath bombs, but also what's it called? I think it's like Dr. Foam. I'll link it all down below, but it is the lavender bath foam. And Dr. Teal's bath foam, that's what it's called. And Target has it in like a really big container for like $3, but also Amazon, if you don't want to go to pick it up at Target, you can get it sent to you, and I think it's actually a little cheaper on Amazon, so I would recommend that as well. So with all that in mind, I just want to wrap this up and say that self-care is super, super important, and I think it's something that we all need to put at the forefront of our minds, especially as we are starting a new year and it's really like a clean slate, and being able to put yourself first. It's really important to make yourself a priority, and I think self-care is one of the best ways that you can make yourself a priority, by prioritizing your health and wellness and taking care of yourself first and foremost. So thank you guys for watching this video. I will link everything down below in terms of all of the posts that I was mentioning, and then within my blog post I do have all of the more detailed things that I talked about in the video. And let me know what your self-care routine is, or if you have any questions or any clarifications that I could make, please leave me a comment down below, or you can send me a direct message as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.